Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Talks where I want to talk about something that's really cool. I'm really happy to announce that I'm going to be getting a little upgrade soon. A little upgrade. You see, I started building PCs and doing sort of streaming and let's playing like at the early half of the 2010s, right? I got into sort of like let's plays and stuff 2014, 2015. And I had very little kind of like success with that. Like I got to see a lot of people, and they like back then there's a lot less sort of people doing just streaming and let's plays than there are now, despite the fact that people are moving more to streaming than let's plays. But basically, over the years, I've gotten more into streaming, and I've met a lot of people doing that. And unfortunately for me, I have just always struggled to get the kind of stream that I want. I have been rolling with a 2700X processor in my rig for quite a while, and like a year and a half. It's been a while since I redid the water cooling on it, and while it's doing the best it can. It's got 8 cores, it's got like 16 threads, it does okay for it does okay for what it is. Really, I'm at a point now where I actually nowadays am doing sort of professional music reviews, right? And I do video work for like local musicians and artists, and I do music production, and I want to do other stuff like video courses and like game design and stuff, right? And I've wanted to do it for a while, but I've always struggled to rationalize upgrading my CPU so that I could do all of this much more efficiently. And now, boys and girls, I'm happy to announce I have just bought a 3900 XT. I am so happy. I'm so happy because I have just been stressing about this for months. You know, I have been in limbo. I have not known what to do with this. Because I've known that I watched EPOS Vox videos and stuff like that, and he's spoken about how this is kind of like a CPU where you can get some definite streaming done on a single case. You know, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. And I've also wanted to do stuff like water cool my 2080 that I have that's in the top 0%. I want to water cool it and put and sort of I want to put it on a vertical riser. And I want to do all this cool stuff. You know, I want to do all this stuff with the PC, and I've just been waiting for a really long time, because when you run a business, you have to be very careful about the way that you spend your money. You have to be incredibly careful about the way that you spend your money. If you waste it, you're going to screw yourself. And part of the risk for me is that I really struggle with ambiguity, even though there's a lot of pluses to upgrading my CPU to a 3900 XT, especially as I can't use the new 5000 series CPUs on my X370 board. I am pleased to say that apparently you can use the 3900 XT on this board I have now. It's literally going to be the last upgrade I do with this one. If I build another computer, it will be brand new. And while I would love to do a 3090 in this build, I might do that next year, depending on how things go with my music reviews, with the tuition I do, with any other sort of little business ventures I get involved with. I'm happy to say that at the very least, there is a very strong chance that I'll be getting back to streaming in December, because literally this CPU is just so much better for it. It's so much better for it than the 2700X. Like the 2700X is okay. It's definitely better than the 1700 I had. But a 3900X has an extra 4 cores, which I can actually put specifically in place to be able to run the way I want it to. And I've got all the water cooling stuff I need to do the 2080, to play with the vertical riser. I don't need the 2080 to be as heavily overclocked as it is at the moment. And I actually don't need to overclock the crap out of this 3900X, primarily because trying to sort of benchmark your system through like user benchmark like I used to, given their completely transparent bias towards Intel at the moment, is just a complete waste of time. So I'm really excited to see how it goes with this. I know I won't be getting up to 4.7 gigahertz, but I don't need to. At the moment with this rig, especially because I'm also considering upgrading to a 3090 at some point. I might even get like a power upgrade. I might go to 1200 watt machine. I love it. I'm so happy. I am sad for my bank account, but I have made some money over the past week and a bit that has already covered half of this that I didn't think I was going to get. And so all I have to do is just make up that remaining sort of $400 over the next 2.5 months somehow. And I've paid back the CPU, and it means as well, especially during the summer here, because it gets quite hot, I have had this 2700X. It has crashed a few times because it has overheated. I need a new CPU that I haven't broken, that I haven't overclocked to crap. I need a new CPU. I need to install an extra riser. I need to install an extra little radiator in the top right corner. I need to fill it up with new liquid, and I need to get back to streaming because there are just so many cool games I have. I have so many games that I want to play, and I do miss streaming. It's just the one thing that pissed me off was quality, but I couldn't stand it. But with the 3900X, there is literally no excuses. The XT, should I say. EPOS Vox was able to get really good results. And if I do upgrade to a 39 later on, gorgeous. I haven't made a video in a while just because I've just felt bad. I keep getting into streaming and pull out, but this here is my financial commitment to this channel. You think I'm going with that prissy kind of garbage? I've got a water cooling set up, boys. I'm going to have double rads. It's going to be dope, man. I'm really excited to see how this goes. But that's just it. That's the announcement. The announcement is that I will receive this CPU on December the 3rd, as long as there's no hiccups or any horror stories. And I'll need a few days to install it and to stress test it because despite the fact that I won't be overclocking it, I still want to make sure I haven't missed anything. And then there's that. That is basically it. So thank you for being patient with this channel. I will be returning in December to streaming in time for Christmas. And I might even do a little competition or at some point just to sort of thank people who have been loyal to this channel for checking me out and sort of sticking with me throughout all this garbage. Because really, I know a lot of people would have watched the stuff I was doing, even if it didn't look as good, because you guys did. And I really love you guys for it. Thank you. We're back, boys and girls. And the thing to remember about this as well is that you're not going back. This isn't going to be a step back. There's no step backwards after this. The technology that's coming out and the fact that I'm going to be making more money from the businesses I'm involved with, that's just the fact remains that it will not be like it is now. It will be better. It will be better. And I'm so stoked. I'm just going to figure out how to make that money back I spent. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not broke. It's just that you've got to, especially because I have to pay some income tax, and it's not a little amount, but I will be able to afford it, and this is the big purchase for the year for me anyways, aside from don't know if you guys play guitar, I bought a Mesa Boogie triple rectifier earlier this year, like a $5,000 amp. It was like 1,700 with 450 repairs, but plays just like the original. It's so loud, it makes the ground creak when you play it at 50%, but I'll catch you all in the next video. I was going to make one about Borderlands 3, but I think the rest of Steam and kind of spoke for me. I would love to play some Christmas-themed games. Maybe you guys can help me out. See you later. Spider Hands out.